Last time we covered the most impactful buffs in the game, and today we're doing the same thing for debuffs. The technical name is harmful effects, and they're separated into weakening effects and inability effects. So Nerd Evan was actually right about that. The categories are really important. Inability effects are going to trend as more valuable because they prevent active actions on the afflicted user's turn. They also prevent natural cooldown time reduction. Just like the last video, we're going to rank these based on impact, how effective they are at determining the outcome of a game. Also, just something to keep in mind, there are more debuffs than buffs in the game, at 20 to 17. Number 11, continuous damage. First, let me just say that the general quality of debuffs is way higher than buffs. With that in mind, dots are actually a really important feature on this list because they're great in every aspect of the game. Like Arena, TOA, RTA, dots are used pretty much everywhere. They also had a really decent run in dungeons before the advent of the Abyss dungeons. Stacks of continuous damage take 5% of the afflicted unit's HP as damage. And that's really good because as HP goes up, percentages stay the same. 5% is always going to be 5%. And then when you throw something like Sathin or Thrain, you get incredible results. Number 10, Suppression. This gives your opponent a choice, or maybe it'd be more appropriate to call it the illusion of choice. They can use a skill with a cooldown, but if they do, it'll uninstall the game off their phone. I'm serious. That's what it does. Number 9, Glancing. I thought about putting Attack Break at this slot, but it's only a little bit better in terms of average damage reduction. But Glancing will go that extra mile and deny debuff application. Like, if you Attack Break a Rika, no one cares. But if you put a Glance on Rika, that could heavily impact the rest of the game. Number 8, Silence. Silence prevents monsters from using skills with a cooldown. So it's very effective against things like Vanessa because it will actually stop her third skill from activating. It's not very effective against like Riley or her sisters though, because their fourth skill doesn't have a cooldown. Though I will say a 2-turn silence is one of the only times I feel safe when looking at a Veligul, because you can't really proc out of that. Actually, I take that back. Veligul would find a way. Number 7, Provoke, which narrowly squeezes by silence, by the way, because it lets you essentially decide what a monster does on their turn. It's a form of crowd control that forces the afflicted user to use their first skill on the unit that applied the debuff. That's pretty good. So in that way, you can think of it as increasing their cooldowns for a turn, because functionally, it's the same result, though they also have no choice in who to attack now, which makes it ever so slightly better than silence, because with silence, they get a choice of who they attack. Though I will admit, when writing this list, I was tempted to just put them at the same slot, but I was like, Provoke is actually like slightly better. Number 6, just as much as the speed buff is stellar, the slow debuff is backbreaking. 30% decrease to speed. It messes with the most important stat in the game. This hurts speed scaling damage, messes up tuning, and inadvertently gets whoever applied it more turns. 30%. That's more than the leader skill I'm using. Probably. This also has crazy applications in dungeons and raids. Thanks, Lauren and Shannon. Number 5 is Oblivion, which is amazing because honestly, I'm just gonna let the man himself tell you about it. Folks, give it up for Tessarion. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Tessarion. You know, back when I founded Oblivion, everyone said I was crazy. Nobody knew back then that some of the most prolific monsters in the game would have passives. And now look at me. I'm one of only 3 of my family being played in RTA. Well, thanks, Evan. Wow. That was great, Tessa. Thank you. And honestly, so true. Problematic LD5? 50-50 shot Oblivion will solve that. Julienne, gone. Berghild, gone. Tessarion, here to stay. Number 4. A bomb is the coolest way to deny turns. Not only do you increase your opponent's resting heart rate due to the sheer anxiety of watching that thing bounce like a check I'm writing in 2025 for some reason, you also get to stun afterwards, and you get to do damage. But I will say, Summoners War players get like super judgmental when bomb damage doesn't match their expectations. Like when Ciara doesn't one-shot a speed HP Jongnam, they'll start laughing at you. It's like, chill, dude, she's stat hungry. Number 3, Sleep. For realsies though, you can't glance on a sleeping target. Plus, it's often applied for 2 turns. Like the Pioneer skill 1, Hathor, Ashubel, bless you. Number 2, Stun and Freeze. Turn denial at its finest. You don't have to worry about hitting them and accidentally waking them up. And similar to what I said about immunity, We'll dedicate a main set to just a 25% of this happening. Games are won and lost based on stun application. Number 1, defense break. I don't think it's hyperbole at all to call this the best debuff in the game, and in every area of the game. We need it for dungeons, raids, and PvP. It determines who we're attacking and who we're defending. A 70% decrease in defense is astronomical. 70! I don't think there's a number higher than that. That's the biggest number I've said in this entire video series. It's a lot more than 11, that's for sure.